rental rates getting pushed higher? Obviously, corn prices are strong, yields have been good. What else kind of goes into setting land rental rates?
Well, local market demand conditions will impact on that too. I mean, there could be the area you're located in. Could have a factor in terms of determining how much interest there is in your particular land. In addition to that, it could be other specialty crops. Not only will corn and soybean prices drive land rents, but there might be applications for other specialty crops.
Like tomatoes?
Like tomatoes or ginseng or field vegetable crops that have higher margins or potential for even higher margins that might drive land rates higher too, depending where you're at.
So we're hearing rates as high as, in some areas, $400 an acre for corn land. How does a farmer go through the process of penciling that out?
Again, I think that's like any commodity. You test the market. Certainly, when you're selling a house in town, you take a look up and down the street, see what things have sold for, and measure your property up against those, and then make a decision on what you want to offer it out at. So I think the same thing happens in agricultural areas. Farmers talk to each other, land rates get established, and you put your price out there and feel the market out, and if the commodity prices are good and there's good activity in your area, you'll get what you're asking for.
It's sort of like, you mentioned housing, sort of like housing. If there's optimism out there, it's going to be bullish and rental rates will go higher.
Oh, for sure. And there's a lot of optimism in agriculture right now. We see that in our line of work every day. We're committed to agriculture and for the long term. And when we look at the long term in ag right now, there's a lot of great fundamentals in place, food shortages, growing industrial needs for agricultural outputs. So hence more optimism, higher land rates, higher land prices, and higher land rents.
So do you help your growers kind of figure that out, that kind of break-even model out, or what rental rates should be, or do you kind of leave it to them? Or?
At FCC, we're committed to assisting the producer by looking at their overall business plan. We're happy to sit down with a grower, take a look at their budget, compare that against some in-house stats and production information that we have, and then help them to find gaps or shortages or areas for improvement in their budget based on what we can compare it against. And that in turn will determine whether they can afford to pay higher rent or maybe should go in with a little lower price on a rental property that they're looking at.
Thanks a lot, George.